It's October 28th, 2012, and there might be a buzz. But this is Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 354 of Mods on Air, bringing you the weekend gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am foyleman, and also on the show today we have with us Welshy. Hello, Welshy.
Hello.
We have a very irate Ham. Hello, Ham.
Hello.
We'll get to that in a moment. And we have Stryder with us. Hello, Stryder.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, so this show is being recorded live. The buzz, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't hear it, but some people out there say they can. So sorry about that. And for the topics that we discuss, somebody's going to post a relevant URL to the chat window in case you give a damn. And for the other links that are posted, you shouldn't be clicking on them because, well, who knows what'll happen to you. Finally, for those who haven't heard the show before, there aren't many of you, there could be some explicit language or adult themes. Maybe we'll even get a rise out of Ham here, who is now playing with Windows 8. Yeah, he decided to take the dive into Windows 8, and I am very interested to know how much he enjoys it. Ham, come on, tell us what's going on with Windows 8. You've been having all sorts of problems this morning.
Yeah. So, well, the first thing is doing the show. Some people know, some people do not know that we use Skype in the background to actually coordinate things and do the show. So I get Skype, the latest version from Microsoft's App Store, and just as we are about to start and go to a video call, it tells, I think Stryder, you said, it says that I need the latest version of Skype to be able to be part of the video call. Yeah. And that's sort of just where the problems start. With Windows 8, you've got an operating system that we all sort of guess is going to be for tablets and like just small form factor touchscreens. And no matter how much Microsoft sort of tries to lay it on, like, hey, this is going to work for desktops and laptops too, anything without a touchscreen, people just kind of knew. It's like, yeah, that's just not the case. I've used it before in a virtual machine. I've used it before with a consumer preview and developer preview, and it does not hold up. And there's nothing that you all are doing to fix these problems. And lo and behold, at the very launch, it's a horrible operating system meant for tablets. It even goes so far as to say, in many cases, for Skype, for instance, it tells me that if I want to add a contact from the Skype app, I need to swipe up from the bottom of my screen to get that menu there.
Well, good luck with that. With the mouse?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to read that little quote
no, not with
said
the
earlier
mouse.
about, it's like I have a giant, my computer, my laptop is now a giant phone without a touchscreen.
Yeah. So I was able to locate some touchpad drivers or some trackpad drivers.
Emulators.
And pretty much. And have
still
my
have to swipe with the mouse, or
so my trackpad kind of acts as a separated touchscreen, so I can swipe up from the bottom or the top of my touchscreen to kind of get some of the same behavior that you would on a actual
Ham,
touchscreen.
you can't do this with the mouse without otherwise?
No, you cannot do this with the mouse.
So that's telling you to do things that you have no option, no ability to do.
Thank you. Right.
Windows,
Okay.
we thought of that.
Yeah. There's just
That's like Xbox. You know, you play those Windows-based games, and it tells you to press X to do something.
yeah, press B
start.
Press
So you can
press the left trigger.
you can right click, or you can do some key combinations to get some of the same effects. But yeah, you actually can't. I can't swipe up from anything if I had an actual mouse and not this trackpad. But the instructions just say that it doesn't say swipe up or right click. It just says swipe up to add a contact. And so you've got all this weird stuff. Almost each program has two different places for their options. One is you can sort of swipe in this charms menu and go to settings. And so the settings menu is context specific. So if you're in Skype and you go to the settings charm, it'll show you Skype options. But if you also like right click or swipe up from the application, it'll give you all these other weird context menu options. And it's crazy.
The future.
That is the future right there. So now Microsoft has they've got the privilege of being the only operating system that I know of where the built-in stock applications have ads in them.
Oh, good.
So there's a weather application comes built into Windows 8. Once it finished installing, weather is right there on the little dashboard. And so I click weather, and I'm going through, I put in my location, and I'm kind of sliding or swiping through to see all this different information, which is just retarded because they've got this weird magazine format to all the applications. And I get to the end, and there's an ad there for a bank, and I go to the finance app just to see what that's like, which is more like a news application. It's kind of weird about finance, and scroll through that, and there's ads in that. The music application, which has to be updated as soon as you start up Windows 8, because it gets updated from music to Xbox Music. It's kind of like Spotify, where you can listen to any track you want to, and you can do it for free, but there's ads and in between all the things. And so I'm also listening to some of my own music library, and I don't know if it's because my tracks weren't on the PC locally or because they were streaming. Back when I had and used my Zune regularly, they had a little Zune Pass option. You can buy tracks. So there's a few tracks associated with my little account that says, hey, I've bought these tracks. So when I logged into my little account, it said, here's your library, even though that music wasn't on the computer. So I start to listen to the tracks, and maybe a third track in, there's an ad. And I'm like, hey, I'm listening to my library. Why is there an ad here? And I thought, okay, that's kind of weird. So I'm doing that.
Windows has got to pay for their development somehow, because no one's going to want to buy this.
Yeah, I mean, they lowered the price to $40. I mean, come on. They have to make up for that somehow. Just throwing ads everywhere.
A $40 OS on a $500 phone or tablet.
Yeah.
That's precisely what I want running my gaming rig or my laptop or my portable gaming rig or my business computer that's precisely what I want. High quality. I want to be able to sit there and be drafting a crane and watch advertisements or listen to advertisements. Yeah. We're sorry, it appears you've pressed right click to save this work, but right now we're going to do this. Oh, and your computer crashed while we were playing this ad.
This is where it gets really, really good.
How easy was it to switch to desktop mode?
I can press the Windows key, which I'm not going to do. Well, actually, I'm on desktop right now. On the keyboard, I can press the Windows key, and it takes you to this start menu, this new start menu, this full screen thing, and I can type in desktop, or I can and enter, or I can click the desktop tile if I have it there. And with this new trackpad software, I can toggle between the current apps by swiping in from the left side, and it'll sort of just cycle through all the apps, kind of like Alt-Tab.
Bring back that paper clip.
But if I were to do any of that, and I don't want to do that because it may lose the connection or something. I don't know. Because it's weird. Some applications can sort of multitask and be available in the background, or other applications aren't. So I don't want to risk that. But just with the music app, I'm trying to listen to my library or select a track to listen to, and all of a sudden a full screen video trailer ad for a movie comes on screen. I cannot stop this ad. And after a few seconds, I see there's an X in the top right corner. I click the X, it stops. I'm like, oh, great. That was weird. And I'm thinking that the X means I can skip it and continue to play my music. So I go back and hit the track to play. The ad comes back.
Oh, no, you're not getting around this.
You can't stop it. And I wish I was exaggerating, but this is like full screen, takes over the entire screen. This thing is playing a movie trailer when I'm just trying to listen to music. And this is the future. These aren't third-party apps. These are apps from Microsoft that are supposed to be the replacement for like Windows Media Player. And speaking of Windows Media Player, Microsoft has taken out the ability from the start, just with like Microsoft created apps, to play DVDs. You can't play back DVDs. So I upgraded. I upgraded from Windows 7 Ultimate on this laptop, and I put it on Windows 8 Pro, and all of a sudden I just lost the ability to play DVDs without a third-party program. So, I mean, how's that an upgrade? I lost Windows Media Center. And granted, I didn't use Windows Media Center often. I used it just a few times to test out some stuff. But still, the program was there. I upgraded, and I lost the program. The upgrade process actually removes Windows Media Center. So if you were a person that watched live TV through Windows Media Center, it's gone. But you can get it back, though. Microsoft will give it to you for free, but you have to buy Windows 8 before January 31st, because if you don't, then you have to pay $70. So they took away the ability when you upgrade it, and then they're charging you $70 to get it back. So I hope you've moved on to the future of not watching DVDs at all.
So hang on a sec. So they lowered the price of the operating system to $40, and they charge you $70 to use the applications that you already own.
Yeah.
So really all they're doing is they're nickel and diming every bit of it.
Yeah, this
is what it sounds like. Oh, you want to do that? Yeah, well, you can do that with Windows 8, but it's going to cost you.
They just DLC.
I can't quite believe that you were listening to your own music library.
Yeah, your library got hijacked.
If it's like Spotify or something, and you're just listening to free, then all right, fine. You know, you have to fund it some way. But seriously, when you listen to the songs you paid for,
yeah, and there's ads, and people listening. I'm not exaggerating. I wish I was. Because I'm sort of hearing myself in my head as I'm saying this, and it's like, oh, this guy's exaggerating. He's not actually like, he's just taking it a little too far. But I'm not. This is actually how it is. This is it. This is Windows 8.
They've taken Apple's slogan, "There's an app for that," and twisted it to "There's an ad for that."
Yeah, there's an ad for that, and an app.
Yeah, there's an ad
pay
for
us
that.
$100.
Yeah, there's an ad for that.
Yeah, it's an ad-supported operating system that you have to pay for, and a lot of people say, "Well,
is there any? Have you run across any presidential election ads?"
No, I can't wait for that though. I'm sure.
What's it like to shut down? Because from what I remember, it's like
bring
3,000 buttons.
As well.
Okay, so Windows 8, the one area that I think I can sort of give it praise for is, as they said during development, they said it's going to be really quick to go to sleep, really quick to wake up, really quick to shut down and start back up. And it turns out it's really quick to do those things for a few different reasons. It does do it awfully quick. You can shut down the computer, and shut down is in quotes, because when you finally find the option to shut down, which is, you've got to bring up the charms menu and go to, let me try it here. It's charms menu. Okay, that didn't come up. Charms. God damn it. Just kept coming up and going away. Charms menu, settings.
But I wonder if it, how quickly it shuts down just purely because you've got nothing on it. No.
That's part. Well, here's the deal. Here's why it shuts down so quickly. Is because it doesn't actually shut down. It just puts your computer in hibernation. It kills your user session and then puts the computer in hibernation. And so anything that's sort of dependent upon the computer shutting down and restarting, it doesn't actually happen when you shut down and you turn the computer back on. The only way to really shut down Windows is to restart it. And so during that restart process, or pull out the battery or something. Then you cut it down. Because otherwise, it kills your user session, puts everything into hibernation. The idea is it starts back up so fast from shutdown is because all those operating system files are still there. Nothing's been killed and being reloaded from the hard drive. It's like everything's just kind of put aside really in a really quickly accessible area and then comes right back. So you shut it down and it happens immediately. You start it back up and it happens in just a few seconds. But there's some specific.
It's not actually being shut down.
Right,
it's not really being shut down. So if you actually pull that's what I said. What happens if you actually shut it down? Like you kill it. You take the battery out, you unplug it, whatever you have to do to get Windows to finally stop. You turn it back on. It's like an hour and a half boot up.
This laptop is not that great. It is a little bit faster from a cold boot, but not by much.
So
it's still kind of slow.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's the phone operating system mentality where nothing ever. They never actually want you to turn your phone off. That's something I've noticed, particularly with like Android.
Right. And so there have been a few instances now where I've had to run a Windows update, and what it does now, they don't want you to cut off the computer, even when it needs to update. So it says like, hey, there's some updates that have been installed, and the computer needs to restart to apply those updates. And I don't think there's any prompt. Like there's a button that says restart, but there's nothing to annoy you now to say like, hey, you need to restart the computer. Instead, there's something there. It's like, if you don't restart the computer in 2 days, we'll do it for you. But like even these critical updates that need the computer to restart, it tells you, hey, we don't want you to turn us off just yet. And it's so ridiculous. Between the ads and stock apps, the weird charms menus and how settings are hidden in now, and the way the desktop works, it's weird. And there's so many unintuitive things. Had I not been following the process of Windows 8, just all the developments, I wouldn't know anything. I wouldn't know to swipe in from a certain side to get certain things. And the most retarded thing of all is I shouldn't use the word retarded. That's politically incorrect. The most silly thing of all is that in order to close apps, you can do a keyboard command. You can do Alt F4, but if you want to do it with the mouse, since there's no X or close option or anything like that, you've got to scroll up to the top of the screen. The mouse cursor changes to a hand. You click and hold, and you drag it down to the bottom of the screen. So if you've got like a really high resolution screen and maybe an average mouse, it's like a lot of arm movement just to close an app. It's ridiculous.
You need to connect, then you'll be all set.
Right, so I can wave at the screen and it. If this is the future, I don't want to be a part of it.
Touch the future, just not us. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Touch the future, just not us or kids.
Yeah.
You shouldn't touch kids.
So I don't mean to waste so much time going over it, but I just want to tell anybody out there considering it, don't do it. Just don't. And
so you heard it here first. Ham says, just say no.
So let's give away copies of Windows 8.
Yes.
That is literally what we're about to do.
That's not funny.
No,
Yeah, Ham has one slightly used copy of Windows 8.
Yeah, it really sounds like it should be a free to play.
Yeah, it's already DLC. You got to pay for stuff that you already have.
And it's ad supported, so why not? Yeah. Wow. All right. So everybody rush out now. Head over to Best Buy or wherever it is and grab yourself a copy. You heard it here first. Yeah, it's quite a shame. All right.
Sorry.
Is that your wrap up? You're welcome to rant on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to stop it here before I take it too far. But
sum up Windows 8 in one word, Ham. One word.
Don't.
Sum it up in one gesture.
No, one word.
Don't was his word, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the word?
He said don't. That's the word.
Don't. Okay. All right. So
Windows 8,
we're gonna,
just don't.
Yeah, Windows 8. So the word is don't. So we're going to give away a copy of Natural Selection 2.
Oh.
Right? Let's see. When are we going to give it away? We're going to give it away on Wednesday. You have until Wednesday to get your answer in. And you have to, obviously, you're going to have to follow. I would recommend you follow all of us on Twitter, because that's what's going to have to happen. So here's the list of people to follow on Twitter.
Okay,
and
so
you need to. Everyone that follows and tweets the word "don't" with the hashtag MODSonair. So you have to have the hashtag MODSonair. I think Ham has a Twitter account as well.
I do. It's,
he hasn't expressed the want to have it pregnant or pregnant.
Pregnant. What's on your mind?
Awesome. He hasn't had the wish to want it public. Ham, I just wanted to say you're looking a little full these days. I don't know.
all those milkshakes.
It's all those milkshakes. So yeah, text the word "don't" with the hashtag MODSonair, or tweet, not text. Good God.
What is wrong with you?
You know, I can't type. I can't speak. It's just I'm going to go back to bed.
Sounds like you got a little Windows 8 in you.
There we go. That's it. It's infecting all of us. So there you go.
There you go.
And you'll win a one random winner will be chosen out of all the entries, and you'll get a Steam code for the retail copy of Natural Selection 2.
Mm-hmm.
I just entered.
Get art done.
You just entered.
You can't enter.
I try. All right. So you can just retweet what I did, then you get it all. It's easy. Okay. All right. Awesome. Let's repeat that later on at the end of the show. Remind me if I forget. Good. Let's jump into some stuff that was going on in the news. Yeah, good. Let's jump over to Microsoft. There's still some stuff going on over at Microsoft where they're like trying to decide whether or not they actually care about their users. One thing that they're doing is they're expanding their subsidized 360 program. Is that right? This is the one
subsidized for low income 360 players. Like
pretty much.
I think this is the one where you can pay monthly for your Xbox Live account. Yeah, and you get like a really cheap Xbox as a result of it, like $100 for the Xbox with the Kinect, and as long as you're paying $15 a month.
Yeah, well, for that, exactly what I was
2 years.
Yeah, that was. I was trying not to say
tradable with food stamps.
Yeah. It sounds like they're getting pretty desperate, honestly.
Yeah, they're really hammering people for some money here. And it's not like free to play. It's not like they're just saying, we'll give it to you for free and then you pay. No, they want your money and they want you to pay all the time for it. So it's getting desperate, isn't it?
Yeah, if you agree to pay for 2 years of Xbox Live, you can have the Xbox for $100.
You pay $14.99 a month.
It's
so what do you owe if you cancel early? It's like a phone contract then.
Yeah, it's a phone contract. I don't know how they have an early termination fee. And the Xbox costs $500.
Oh, you're saving like $11 by doing it this way. It'll only cost you about $520 or $510 instead. See, they're looking out for your best interests.
I was kidding. I think an Xbox costs like $200 now. It doesn't cost $500.
No, I'm talking about if you go and pay for the whole plan. And it would end up being, if you grab this on your own, it would end up being about $510.
Oh, so.
So you're saving $11 by going with the subsidized plan.
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Good luck, Microsoft. Well, GameStop is also trying to get in on the fun. They want to now.
GameStop kids.
Yeah, they want to get the
Nobody
money
saw
right out
the
of the kids' allowance. Nobody saw what.
What do they sell there?
They want to sell stuff like Angry Birds and Minecraft and all that kind of stuff. Anything that is flashy and lots of colors, well, you can find it here at GameStop Kids.
Hey.
Really, I don't know. I don't know why they're trying to open up their own store. It's because they're dying for some business. They have no business. I don't know anybody that goes to GameStop anymore. Why would you?
Nope.
And for the kids, obviously.
Now we're going back to this horrible touching conversation, things like that. Like, don't say you go to GameStop for kids, because it makes you sound like a pedophile. Seriously, you're You're going to keep pushing that. We're going to end up really talking to you from jail. Oh my!
All right.
No, I
Well, instead of thinking about other kids, think about yourself as a kid. Maybe you once had an Atari video game system, and you have some old games in the closet. Games are in the closet, not anything else. And you want. Well, you might find an old video game in there that is worth $30,000. This is one company found.
Yeah, 30,000 plus.
Yeah, an old cartridge from the '80s, and that's pretty amazing. What it was called? It was called Air Raid, put out by a company called Menovision.
Oh God.
Manovision. It's interesting when you read that story though on how they used to do things and what it was the console or the developers. This was prior to there being giant publishers out there, and they would you'd have your indie developer essentially, and they would go and they'd make their game, and they would take these games around to the retails and say, hey, this is what I want you to sell. And so this story here is this guy used to work at one of these drugstores, these retail stores that was selling this, and he took it home, and it was his I guess thoughts on whether or not they should buy it, whether or not they could sell it. And he says, you know what, the cover, the box didn't look like it was anything that he could promote and sell, and that the gameplay itself was absolutely horrible. So he phoned the company that brought it by and says, you know what, I don't see a market for it. You want me to return it? And they said, no, we're getting that from pretty much everybody. So that the 100 or 200 of them that we made, that's just going in the garbage, and we're shutting shop. And now because there was only 200 of these units made or whatever, the price is ridiculously like $30,000 for a 30 or 40-year-old game. How old is that? 30 years.
More money than they ever made.
Exactly. It's worth more now because they didn't put it into production than they ever could have made from it if they hadn't.
I agree with Morphus. Even if it is old, it's still a piece of garbage game. I'm not sure why they want it.
I'm not saying I agree with it or can rationalize it, but it's a collector's item because there's only so many of them that survived the post-apocalyptic Atari death, where everybody just threw everything away that was Atari. I remember having a lot of Atari games and stuff like that. It all just went in because it was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to pack this shit. Some of them probably be worth a lot of money right now, but probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Exactly.
Probably not. I refuse to be like Foyle with a giant box of Commodore 64 stuff.
It's not a giant
thinking
box.
it's gonna make a comeback.
I like to think
a few games.
Yes. Like pity.
There you go.
One day you will be playing again.
Red Trolls comment. All crappy game developers, you are worth more dead than alive. So
hint,
right.
Activision.
Oh my.
All right. Well, speaking of throwing games away, the only gaming network out there on television is throwing away all of their game-related shows. G4 is killing the Attack of the Show and X-Play.
Oh, no one cares.
Yeah, I can't say I'm going to miss it.
The only point of this, the whole point of this channel was to show video games and show stuff about games. And now
this is the one that they shout at you, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is what I don't. Well, I know why this is failing. And it's because that there's all these other, they had said we're going to be on there to broadcast essentially gaming related stuff. Now you've got Free State, like this is a paid cable station, you got all these free internet channels out there like Twitch and Stick'ems out there doing their part. You can broadcast them on YouTube, where all these matches are being put on and commentated on and all that live. Like, they have no market share because they're trying to charge for something. So they tried to do it all with hype. And what that got them was a handful of nothing, and they ended up with two very loosely game-related shows out of the deal. And they're finding that it's just the audience isn't there because they can go online and watch it for free on their PC.
So now G4 is just known as the Ninja Warrior channel.
Yes.
I think that's all they play. They really what they're actually trying to go for is that whole GQ. I read somewhere that they want this whole GQ thing.
They want to cater to basically the males that the 20 to 39-year-old males that have money to spend and want to be GQ. Be that Rico Suave kind of. I don't know how you describe that. Be all that in a bag of shit.
I don't know.
Kind of.
Well, they're going to keep playing old episodes at the end of the year now, which now maybe this is why we saw like two very key players, Adam Sessler and Kevin Pereira, leave the shows. It could be because they knew that this was coming.
They saw it coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or maybe that's why they're shutting down. It's because these guys were like, "You guys suck," which we've been saying for years. We're out of here, and then they were like, "Well, now we have no show. Let's shut down." I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even see how they can stay relevant.
Nope. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, they turn into Spike 2.0.
Yeah, that's what we need. More crappy award shows. Let's go on to some other award shows. We have the Golden Joystick Awards. They
sounds like a porn award.
Yeah,
it really does.
I was just thinking that.
There are. I didn't even know these things were going on, and it also seems like a little bit early for this award show. Because aren't these like actual awards that have been given out? I think they were already given out. These aren't like new. I don't know.
It's the end of the year.
It's not the end yet. It's October.
Sure.
So anyway, the winners are now listed. Wow, there's a lot of Twitter activity, huh? Look at that. Are you kidding? My phone's a buzz. Such as, let's see, the best action adventure games. Dead Island is one of them.
Wait, that was a nominee or a winner?
The winners are listed below in bold.
Okay.
And unfortunately, none of them are bold in this grab that I have. So let me go to the actual page and see if any of them... there you go.
Adventure.
Batman, Arkham City. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with that. Who
has the best use of DLC?
Yeah.
That's an actual category. Who scammed the most out of their audience? Let's see. It was Portal 2.
Wait, they didn't have any
2.
DLC.
I don't remember any DLC on Portal. Yeah. Perpetual Testing Initiative is what they're calling the best use of DLC.
It was a hat store. Ridiculous.
I don't know. Best downloadable game was Minecraft on the 360.
Oh.
Okay. Let's skip on to some on the 360 downloadable on the 360. You kidding? Best RPG, Elder Scrolls. There you go. Best shooter. I'm trying to see. Yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was in the list, but Battlefield 3 won. That's interesting. Battlefield 3 won out. I mean, even Halo Anniversary Edition was in there and it didn't win.
And Gears of War 3.
Wow. Best browser-based game, Slender. Right. Best sports game, FIFA 12. I don't know if Welshy has an opinion on that.
FIFA. I agree with that. There's nothing. I mean, NBA 2K12 is pretty good, but then I am a basketball fan. It's kind of like, if you don't like basketball, then it's not going to be.
The best one to watch award. There's an award for the best one to watch.
How can that possibly be unknown?
Okay, so Grand Theft Auto 5 is the winner.
But the one out of
what?
everything on that list that's shown the least amount
Yeah.
of footage.
There's been one trailer, and I think a few screenshots.
Yeah. That they release once every, 6 months. That's ridiculous.
They should change the topic to most hyped.
The top gaming moment, Skyrim, Throat of the World. Don't know that moment.
I remember that. This week got all the endless set of stairs. Quite near the start.
And the Ultimate Game Award comes to Skyrim.
What's the difference?
Skyrim was a good game.
Ultimate? What?
Yeah, the Ultimate Game Award. The Golden
What is the
Joystick
crazy measurement system they're using? It just seems to be random adjectives.
Don't we have our own? What happened to ours? We should be starting up our awards.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Maybe we'll do that later.
We should use Conan O'Brien's scale.
We have a scale.
Damn it.
And
Give
we
it
allow
6.5 gears out of 491. 10 being the best and 300 being the worst.
I give it 3 apples.
There you go.
All right. So, yeah.
I don't know what is going on.
Yeah. Okay, so let's other things that really have no impact on your life. Rage mod tools are coming.
Really?
Yep.
I thought they were. Oh, that's right. They already were coming.
Yes. Real soon now. I hope. Sigh.
Yes.
It's
Strike while the iron is cold.
It's been over a year now.
Well, the iron has been packed up and sent back to the store.
Yeah. I think if you let's see what the top 100 games played on Steam are. I doubt any of them are Rage.
Didn't they do something else with the? Ah, that's right. They didn't they Doom something about Doom 3 or BFG or something like that? They did something to one of their Doom. Was it that Steam took off of their list and made it so you can only get the special edition or something?
Right.
I forget what that was.
And so Doom 3 has been taken off of Steam, the standard one that people have been buying prior to the release of Doom 3 BFG edition. Now, Doom 3 BFG edition has gotten a lot of flack for being unmoddable, incompatible with existing mod tools, and having no editor at all. So, and actually, in some cases, looking worse than Doom 3. It became really apparent that it's a console port. So Doom 3 BFG edition was made for consoles, and they got ported back to the PC. So while they made a few changes, they actually don't hold up very well on PC. On the other hand, the original Doom 3 has been modded so much with a few different key mods that make the game look so beautiful. It's worth actually just buying the original Doom 3 and modding it. And but you can't do that anymore.
No, you can't do it.
Yeah, the only way to get it now is to get the id Super Collection off of Steam to have the original Doom 3. Otherwise, if you don't already have it, you can't get it from Steam without jumping through that particular hoop. I know I was excited when I played Doom 3 back at QuakeCon this year, the BFG edition, and not so much because of the new missions and things like that, but because of the 120 hertz feature that they threw in. When you see that game running at 120 FPS, it's absolutely beautiful. The problem with that is that you do need a 3D monitor. And if you don't have one of those, then you aren't going to see that. If you don't have the monitor or the hardware, you're not going to see it. And in that case, it's kind of not worth it. I don't have a monitor. I was still going to get it anyway with the hopes that maybe this would inspire me to get a monitor. I had some free loyalty money that I threw online for an online order, and something screwed up. I didn't end up getting it. So I reinstalled Doom 3. I looked at the mods. I used the mods, and it makes the game look beautiful. It takes it from a 2004 game all the way up to a 2012 game. It looks gorgeous. It adds all sorts of really great stuff, and it makes it worth playing through again. Unfortunately, you can't get that with Doom 3 BFG Edition. So I say for anybody that currently has it, it's worth reinstalling, but hold off. Don't buy the BFG Edition. Yes, I am an Ed fanboy.
Yes, I know you are. I can't see myself getting... That's a lot of money. A lot of money to buy a special monitor to play an old game. I do have the Oculus supposedly eventually showing up at my door, so I'm going to be able to check out the new Doom game with that when that happens.
Yeah.
If I survive it. Just end up throwing up and... Okay. What else? Resident Evil. If modders out there found out that you can mod the new Resident Evil 6 game, so much in fact that you can unlock all the DLC on it.
What version is this on? Because I assume the PC version isn't even out yet.
Right.
That's a good question. I thought they were talking about the PC version, but I am trying to look for...
That video is Resident Evil, by the way, for anybody wondering. That's what Resident Evil has become.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the other reasons I didn't pick this up yet, because they've turned it into like an action button mashing game, and that's not what made it good to begin with.
Yeah.
I really thought it was I thought this was for PC, but you know what? It might be for all. I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of mod that you can employ to unlock it.
It's meant to be coming out for all, but I didn't think the PC version was out yet.
Yeah, I don't.
But it is possible it could be. I can't actually. No, November 2012. So it's not actually out yet.
That's not what the general public wants. What have we been doing as developers? We've been neglecting our customer base.
Oh.
Says not Valve, not Steam.
Well, they know what's best.
Not EA, not Activision.
I think I got a new soundbite in here to work with. Where is it? Is it this one?
This is a waste of time.
There you go. Yeah. That's a shame that they I don't know. They're doing things wrong if they're able to circumvent this kind of DLC lock, and I understand,
especially on a console.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
It's
what they do. They press
console.
A B B X X Y Y.
It makes sense though.
Blue on it to get the dust off it.
It makes sense that this is a console because they probably have all the unlockable DLC content on a disc, so that they don't have to ship more discs and make people download, so that they already have the game. Now all I have to do is say, all right, you paid for it, you unlocked it, or whatever they want to do to unlock. Now, these people just figured out, hey, it's all there, I can unlock it this way, whatever way that happens to be.
And I think...
Are you drinking rum already this morning?
Looks
fucking
like rum,
hardcore, man.
Big gulps too.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's okay if it's on the disc and they're charging you for it. Screw them. Take it.
And it says Resident Evil is not available on PC until 2013 on Steam.
Yeah.
So.
November 2013.
Wow.
November 2013?
Yeah, I think that's what it said. No, it's November 2012 I got, but I don't know if
that's... Yeah, I'm screwing around. Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta have it on. Gotta have it on a. It just says available in 2013 because you have to have it on the Xbox for 2 or 3 months before all other consoles, or else Microsoft gets their panties in a knot. They have to keep the console player pacified. Because with Windows 8 on the horizon, that's going to be their only revenue stream.
Yeah.
Really.
Windows 8 has a game section. I can play Jetpack Joyride.
Oh, great.
Or Fruit Ninja.
How about Minesweeper?
Oh, of course. But you have to swipe with that one.
Play Minesweeper.
Yeah.
wait, you can't touch it, so you can't play.
You can't.
Yeah. These are phone games.
Yes.
And I thought to myself that Microsoft, they want phone games on Windows 8. So that's because for them, anybody playing PC games is one less Xbox customer. And that's not what they want.
Yeah.
So they're going to fix that by what?
But
Like what? I just don't see the compelling argument behind Windows 8. Yeah, if you're playing games on the Xbox, or if you're playing games on the PC, you're not an Xbox player. However, you have bought more than likely a Windows operating system. But we're going to make it so that your Windows operating system is your phone operating system and deteriorate the quality of the potential games that are out there, because not every PC is a phone, really. I just don't get these lines that they're drawing. Like, there's got to be another dot here that we're missing that's not connecting, because it's like a recipe for fail.
What you're missing is the idea that they think they're going to sell 1 million tablets, and when they sell the tablets, everyone will have Windows 8, and then they'll all love Windows 8 because it's meant for that kind of device.
That's what I think they're doing.
Right.
So what they're doing is they've got cart and horse, but they've got them backwards.
Yes.
And okay.
And they're
Not
trying
to
to
mention
work
that-
out why it's not moving.
All right.
Right. Not to mention that the big tablet that they're trying to sell doesn't support Windows 8, but that's another issue.
even as a tablet operating system, I think it's lacking. But yeah, another issue.
All right, Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is they're talking about Grand Theft Auto 5 already.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
because this is,
I think
What? What do you mean?
it won the Golden Joystick Award for best one to look out for.
For like a cardboard sleeve with like 4 pictures on it.
Well, they say that this thing that you can already pre-order Grand Theft Auto 5
It's coming out soon, isn't it?
spring of next year,
Yeah.
and only for the consoles, as far as we know.
Yeah.
But you can also look forward to the whole the 10th anniversary Grand Theft Auto Vice City for your for your iPhone, if that's what you want to look at.
Or for your new Windows 8.
Yeah. 'Cause
Powered.
that's the only thing that's going to run on it. Phone games.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City was actually my favorite in the series, and I don't think it's
It
just because I looked
was
back finally.
a lot of people say it was GTA 3 because it was the first one to go like 3D, but yeah, I think Vice City was probably the one that I played the most out of as well.
Should
And
check that.
and if that's not enough for you, then on your iOS device, you may also want to try and grab Borderlands. Borderlands Legend, which is some sort of top-down, weird-looking game. Not sure how it plays. Similar graphics, but it's all top-down.
It's kind
I
of
don't
weird.
know. Yeah, good luck with that, everyone.
But the thing is, you know what? I can see that. I can see that as a phone game. I can see that as a tablet game. But to try and pass that
Tablet.
off as a PC game, I would
I can't
say what? What did I say?
No, I
You
can't.
can't see it on a phone?
I can't see it on a phone. I can see this on a bigger tablet, but on that tiny little phone, if you're trying to click on things and see those little icons,
Oh yeah.
I don't see it working.
Mind you, the phones nowadays, the screens are getting bigger and bigger. Pretty soon, we're going to have an 8.5 by 11 phone, and that'll be the smallest you can get.
Well, this screenshot's not 16 by 9. That's not the iPhone 5.
Yeah.
That's more like iPad or iPad Mini. That's the iPad Mini there for you. Great.
Which the iPad Mini, is that just like a iPhone and a half, or is it iPhone? Or
I'm actually thinking it's more like the iPad 1 in smaller form factor, because it's the same resolution, 1024 by 768.
so they had all these spare parts left over, and they're like, "What are we going to do with these?" I know. Let's call it the iPad Mini. Coming soon, the iPad Retro.
Yeah.
So isn't that just
The
a
iPhone-
notepad and a pen?
Yeah.
I have a Nexus 7.
The new Apple tablet. It's right here. It came branded.
It costs
I have-
$500.
Yeah.
I have a Nexus 7, which is the same size, I think, as the iPad Mini, or it's approximately the same size. It's just big enough to fit in your pocket, but or just small enough to fit in your pocket, but big enough to almost be a tablet. And this is going to be the same thing. And I will always pick up the iPad before I pick up that Nexus 7. And yes, there is problems with the Android operating system. That's part of it. But the screen size is a big part of it too.
This is an illegal tab. Oh, I get it. Legal pad. That's even funnier. Gotta watch out for those pirated ones. Knockoffs. All the pages fall out. Don't run quite right.
They tear like rice paper. Yep. Those are the Chinese knockoffs. Something that I plan on playing that maybe everyone else wants to try and take a look at and see if they can get their hands on. I plan on playing around with Hawken later today. That beta.
Yes.
That beta is available. I did start it up this morning and play a little bit of it, and I was somewhat enjoying it. Now I need to play more of it before I give a real review, whether or not it's a good game or not. I need to play more than just that few-minute chunk. But it was fun. It was neat. I kind of liked it. I'm looking forward to playing some more of that. Another one that we are going to be fooling around with that I don't think many people out there have their hands on is War Z. Not the mod, the game.
I didn't play Daisy, which apparently this is a War Z is the standalone game of the Daisy mod.
No, it isn't. No.
Very similar,
Welshy
but it's
and
not the
Daisy are
same
two
one.
completely different studios or whatever you want to call it. They're not related. The trouble with this is they say that they had to forcibly had to release a kind of like gameplay and some sort of alpha because of Daisy.
Am I the only one that didn't hear what he said?
Something about Alpha and Daisy.
Oh god.
You were like bouncing in and out here. Is you having another earthquake or what?
Try again. Difference is
Hello?
yes. Go on.
Yeah.
Welshy.
No. Yeah. They're not the same thing. They're not
Right.
created by the same people. They're not part of the same studio.
Okay.
This was kind of, so they say, in development for quite a while, and they were forced to kind of show it off because of Daisy. It is essentially the same game, which is why it's a bit like, really? Did you really have this in development? But yeah,
Granted, I jumped in. I played it for about half an hour to an hour, and my immediate comment to Breezy is you spawn in the middle of a forest, no weapons, nothing like that, and you open up your map. You've got two targets you can work your way towards. So you start heading towards your target, and just as you get close, you get shot because you got somebody being a bandit, just being a douchebag, being a bandit, and taking the little bit of health and the little bit of food that you have. So the problem with that is, and this is Breezy's comments, is that DayZ was horrible for it. It starts off with a few people being bandits and shooting people. Then everyone gets too scared of all the other players, and before you know it, there's no social interaction, and it's just shoot everybody on sight. And
I played it. Go on.
The stupid thing is that if you die, you lose everything you've got. So even if you buy something cool, you lose it because it's now that other person loots it from you, and it takes 10 hours before you're allowed to respawn that character.
That's not 10 hours. It's an hour, isn't it?
Well, it's an hour. It's 10 game hours.
Oh, yeah. It's a real world hour, and this is the thing I was gonna say. I played this 3 kind of separate for maybe like around an hour. They're probably the same. And the first, so I go in, I create my character, jump in the game, and yeah, like I said, you do get a weapon, you get a flashlight that you can hit like this with. It's so weak, you might as well spit on them. And zombies are unbelievably hard to kill at this point. And I did, on like the third go, find an M4 straight off the bat, but I'll get to that. So anyway, running back, and yeah, I'm skulking about, taking it slow, because there's zombies about. When I get to an apartment building, I go in and I can hear footsteps. Oh, there's a guy in here. So I kind of hide, wait for him to pass me, and then walk out. And he suddenly spots me, and I'm like, oh crap! I need to do anything. And started like walking. So the two of us started going through the building together, looking at stuff. And he goes like in the tech shot, oh, there's some stuff here. So oh, cool, thanks. So I picked that up, and then I turn around, and he hits me in the back of the head. And I'm dead. And it's just like, all right, okay. So now I go back. I'm thrown back to the main menu, and it's like, oh no, now you have to wait an hour before you can respawn with this character. So I'm like, all right, I'll create another one. So I create another one to go in. This time I'm, walking about. I'm going towards the circled objectives are actually safe zones. If you go in there, you can't be killed. I don't really understand, because I've never actually got to one to find out. So I'm in my second playthrough, and I'm in the forest or whatever, taking it extra slow now and just avoiding all contact with anybody. I jump off a gap that was probably in the game about this high, say maybe 8 feet, and it kills me instantly. Yeah. Literally like that, and I'm dead. So that's another character gone now, so I've got to now wait an hour for that one as well. So I create another one, a third one, and it's like, all right, I'll jump in again. One more time, we'll give this a go. And yeah, I'm running about, I find this M4, and I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, I have a gun now, and I got some bullets in it, and I can take some zombies down and, headshot, and they're down, and going through some buildings, picking up stuff, and bang, suddenly out of nowhere, I'm shot in the back of the head, and I'm dead. And it's just like, you lose everything you picked up, which is fine, but then do not couple that with, don't couple that with a freaking hour to respawn.
Yeah.
Because that is horrible, and you can only create a maximum of 5 characters.
Yeah, and the shit part of the other shit part about it is it's the players. The concept of the game is great, but unless you're going to play it like it was meant to be played, you're just a griefer and you're wrecking the game for everybody else. And that's what, unfortunately, I think this is going to escalate to the same point that Breezy had pointed out. Is if you're in there trying to play the game and you keep getting raped by bandits, no matter what server you go into, all social interaction is going to be gone from it, because people are playing it like it's Call of Duty and it's every man for himself. If it moves, shoot it. The purpose of the game is to team up and try and survive. It's left for dead where everybody has to think for themselves, but unfortunately, it's not a lot of thinking going on from what I saw.
What they should have done is, we have to say, it's an alpha. It's really early.
Clarify that.
With you. Yeah, it's probably pre-alpha. It's pretty, it's not good in the way of kind of optimization or anything. Like, it works. You can play it, and it's kind of, you get the general idea, but it's prototype stage.
Yeah, it's definitely. Take these comments. These comments are definitely not an official review or anything like that. They're just our preview comments,
because literally they were pretty much forced to put this out because of that. It's like, we can't leave this any longer because Daisy's getting a lot of momentum behind it, and if we wait, it's just going to be like, oh, and it's already like, oh, you're just copying Daisy. But,
I think from my armchair developer point of view, it seemed like an easy way to combat that would be to have all players who have spawned in near each other or sort of within the same time frame, make them force them to be on the same teams without friendly fire.
Well, you either do that, or my thoughts were you would take away the ability to shoot each other. There's no friendly fire, and put in AI control bandits.
Oh, that's good.
So there's still bandits, and you have to be careful what you're doing, but the AI controlled. So there's a reason for you to team up, because essentially at the moment there's no point, because I could team up with you, right? I don't know you, but we'll team up, and I can type to you in the let's team up, and you go, all right, and then in the next 30 seconds you decide, you know what, I don't want to team up with this guy anymore. You kill me and steal my stuff. Which I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to convey that kind of like
it's every man for himself, but you all have to work together. But
as a gameplay idea, it doesn't work because people are idiots on the internet.
Well, and that's the thing. There's more douchebaggery out there than people that are out there just trying to have fun and play nice together. It seems that the douchebaggery runs rampant these days. And it's just it's bad. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is.
The way I'm looking at it at the moment is it's circular gameplay that goes nowhere. Yeah, that's just essentially pointless.
Yeah. But I mean,
you can spend an hour.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah.
But they also, they say, all right, you've got 3 bullets. And if you choose to use those 3 bullets to shoot someone else in the back of the head because you want to take their 2 bullets, that's what they've turned this into, and that's why the banditry is there. And a game like that requires the social interaction, but the bandits are not getting punished. Yeah, have bandit Z. How come?
Well, I remember them saying they were going to have these safe zones, which, by the way, you spawn on this alpha 3 miles away from. Like, why do I not spawn in the safe zone? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But whatever. They were going to punish people for killing. You'd be like kicked out of the game for an hour or something if you killed people in the safe zone. But then that says to me, wait, you can still shoot people in the safe zone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're kind of like taking. There's no kind of gameplay rules. It's almost like, we'll let them govern themselves, which is fine. That's but it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Maybe
a dueling option. Tell the other
exactly
person that you're going to do it.
You know what? That's a good thing. That's a good thing, Red Troll. If you shoot a friendly player, all zombies now target you. And guess what?
Like,
you're going to get your ass beat down. Unless you're uber powerful, but it ain't going to happen because every zombie in the map, the second you shoot a friendly, is now going to come at you.
Well, not even that. I mean, you could. I didn't really see this in the alpha, but the sound of gunshots should attract zombies to you.
Yes, it should. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of zombies. So, it kind of then it's like, well, I'm going to think twice before shooting because I've only got 6 bullets and I'm not going to be able to survive.
Yeah, 10 zombies.
Yeah, exactly. So that would, but I mean, again, it's got alpha written on it, but it's really not. It's way before alpha.
No, it's beyond alpha. No, I think it's beyond alpha.
Really?
Oh yeah, but I think they've got a gameplay issue that they have to work out in how the game progresses or moves along because it's not fun. I mean, if that continues to happen, it's not fun because he who gets to a hidey spot where he can whack everybody that spawns as a bandit is gonna always win because everybody's gonna jump in, and unless you're jumping in with a horde of you get 50 people in there and the bandit shoots one of you and the rest of you beat that fucker down. And that teaming up is not going to happen. I don't see it happening. I mean, there was the server. I played in 2 different servers, and the one server had someone messaging in the chat that their clan is recruiting, and they said, "Well, what do you guys do?" And they said, "We're not bandits." Well, so what? You got bandit clans out there? That just makes it all that much more fun to play. That's the reason that the group of people we play with didn't really care to play the PvP experience in a lot of these MMOs that or some of I shouldn't say a lot because it's not like we've played a lot of MMOs.
No, that's right.
But some of the MMOs we've played, we avoided the PvP because you'd go out there as a level 1 or 2 and run across 20 level 50s that are just out there to fuck everybody else on the opposite team over.
I mean, I think back to Welshy, they need to either get rid of it or have the option to put turn friendly fire off, or have like some sort of thing where you can't shoot other human players.
Yeah, you shoot a. I mean, it's pretty simple. The humans are walking around. They can run. They've got flashlights or other things like that. The zombies pretty much just stand there unless you aggro them, and you got to be pretty close to them to aggro them. So they just stand there. So if someone's walking around, you know it is another player.
Yeah, how about this? You allow people
So
to
you
have
shoot another player, damage reflect. Sorry, you just shot another player.
How about a switch on everyone's account that allows them to turn on the option or off the option? I can turn on the option of being a bandit, but at the same time, I can be shot just as easily. Or turn it off, and I can't be killed. And I can't kill anyone.
You have different server configurations. You just have...
Yeah.
This is and you can put that in your server. You know, this is a PvP server. This is a co-op server. Did you guys have girlfriends? Only tied up in the basement.
Yeah, why, Tag? You want to date me?
He's just another griefer. This is the douchebaggery that we have to put up with in gaming, and unfortunately, we have to put up with it here. So, but there's a couple cool things we can do. One of them is this.
Yep.
Well. Bye, Tag.
All right. We've done our time here.
Quite the dead air right there. That was quite a large amount of dead air where we all just sat there in silence.
Yeah.
I was busy clicking on things.
Click.
Anything else you want to talk about? Because we've hit our hour. And, we don't need to go on and on and on. And I'm getting hungry, man. I want to get some lunch.
I think we're good.
I don't know. This has been...
Oh, well, briefly, Medal of War Fighter sucks, I told you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Medal of Honor Warfighter. You played it.
I didn't play it, no. I know Breezy bought it, and
Right.
I laughed for a
know.
good half an hour.
Did he give you a bad review of it?
Well, I mean, not really, because I haven't really asked him, but I got it's not that bad. But this is Breezy, so we kind of don't listen to anything he says.
And he's also got a group of other people that he's playing with that probably do like it. So he's probably got that aspect of it that makes him like it.
As far as media reviews go,
Right.
it's gotten pretty poor.
Right.
I kind of like not being the kind of I'm the only guy that figured this out. But when you see a news post that's like, "Oh, we're not going to give out review copies until the day of the game comes out," it's like, red flag.
And if you've played a previous version, you know what you're getting yourself into. We played was that Dragon Rising, and that was just a short game, not a lot to going on. You enjoy it for an hour or two, and then you're done with it. Is that hour or two worth your $40, or is it more than that?
Well, I don't know. And that was the one that the DLC came out, and me and you were kind of like, oh yeah, cool. So some DLC, we get more content to play, and we did it in like an hour, if that.
Right. Oh, and I think we had issues with it too, or I did. I had issues with playing the DLC and making it work.
That game is kind of like, we wanted to make armor, but the team that made armor left because we tried to eat their souls. So.
All right. So anybody out there that I did mention earlier that we want to get together our nominations and stuff like that for the awards, because it's coming near the end of the year, and we should get our awards in line, find out who's going to be voted on what. So send whatever you want over to mailbag@modsonair.com. You're welcome to reach us through Twitter. We'll throw it on our list.
Don't send whatever you want. I don't want to see.
Don't worry, Ben's not in the chat. And also, the other thing, our giveaway, Stryder.
Yeah, follow.
Did you correct? You just still didn't correct the spelling of your.
Yeah, it is. Right there, it is.
Oh, it is. Is it? Oh no, you did. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's your instructions. Follow Mods on Air at MODSonline LLC, at LOD Designs, at Welshy UK, at foyleman, and tweet with the hashtags Mods on Air, Windows 8, don't. And you can win a copy of Natural Selection 2. Winner will be announced on Wednesday.
On Wednesday via Twitter, right?
Wednesday.
Via Twitter.
Right.
Via Twitter.
So that's why you also want to sign up to be...
And probably outside as well. But.
Yeah, but Wednesday is the day, and that's when where you're going to hear about it and when.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have to wait until like the following Sunday before you hear anything else.
Yeah. Well, you can't win unless you tweet, and you can't tweet unless you follow, because we can't get a hold of you. So if you just go and tweet it, we're not going to know.
Yeah.
So you have to follow us so that we see you're tweeting.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works.
And don't worry, we're not tweeting, oh, I had this for lunch and that for lunch. And
No. I'm far too lazy for that.
Yes. Far.
Plus, putting grilled cheese every time gets a little bit boring.
One time he tweeted grilled cheese.
All right. Any more rants from Ham?
No, it's been a last few weeks of disappointment with Doom 3 and Windows 8 now. Well, but I expected that. So, but it's even when you set yourself up for disappointment and you're still disappointed, you get a real problem.
Yeah.
There's something a little bit worse about when you're gonna be disappointed and it follows through with disappointment. It's like I knew it was gonna suck and it did, and I still bought it. Hate myself right now.
Yeah.
All right. All right, then I'm going to wrap things up here. I want to thank our hosts for taking the time out to chat today. Thank you very much to Welshy for joining us today.
No problem.
Ham, thank you for joining us and going on about Windows 8, letting everyone know how wonderful it is.
Yes, this is Ham live from Windows 8.
Stryder, thank you very much for joining us today.
It's always an adventure. And I think we should have Ham, Ollie the Weatherman or whatever it is, his one-word quips. Have Ham's reviews. Ham, what do you think of Windows 8? Go!
Yeah. All right. So anyway,
can't even help in it. No, they could give out free bacon and it's still wouldn't be good.
No. All right, so finally I want to thank you, the fans of MODSonair.com and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com for making the show possible. We'll be back again next week, so stay tuned, and everyone, have a great week. Good luck in the storm.
Thanks for watching this week, and come back next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern when we will broadcast another live show on livestream. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com, and please consider subscribing to MODSonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
Yesterday, Apple announced the release of their new iPad mini. Yeah. And there's an ad out for it. I found the ad for the new product, I thought it was a little condescending. Take a look.
Spend your money, spend your money, spend your money, spend your money.
You will buy anything that we put into the store. No matter how minute the changes are to the previous model. You're just trying to fill the empty void in your sad life.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly,
All right.
Morphus. That's the new Call of Duty theme song.